With 23 films in the MCU, I am going to tier rank every single one. I have talked a lot about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am going to tier rank all 23 MCU films. And if you guys like this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Be a part of the community. I'm going to move over to my desk and I'm going to start my tier ranking. Here are my tiers that I will be ranking them on. These are all made by me. And if you had seen my last tier ranking video, which is when I tier ranked all the franchises I have seen, you guys will know that this is the exact same tier ranking list. So we have greatest things since sliced bread, very self-explanatory because sliced bread is probably the greatest invention of all time. You were so close, what happened? Which is kind of like that near perfect range. Then we have the Matthew McConaughey tier. Then we have You Ugly But Tolerable, which these are movies that are kind of just eh. And then we have This Is Why I Cry Myself to Sleep, movies that I won't watch again that are the worst out of the entire list. So we have the first movie, Avengers. I'm gonna go ahead and put Avengers in You Were So Close, What Happened. I believe that Avengers is a great film. I think though with where the present day MCU is, the movie just feels a little bit dated, especially where we are now. But I don't think it's even in the top 2 Avengers films for me. Then we have The Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in You Ugly But Tolerable. I don't really remember this movie much. I haven't seen it in a while. I do like Edward Norton as an actor. Unfortunately though, Mark Ruffalo forever will be my Hulk. I think he's a way better Hulk. I think he just represents the character in such a way that you have more fun with it, whereas The Incredible Hulk, I remember it being a little bit more grittier, and the film had a little bit more of darker elements, which doesn't necessarily work in the current landscape of the MCU. Well, then we have Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one, You Ugly But Tolerable, in front of the Incredible Hulk. I understand why a lot of people love this movie. To me, it is the worst of the Captain America films, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just feel like the movie is a bit dated as well, just kind of like Avengers. This is a great introduction to Captain America, but I do feel like there's too many flashback sequences and war montages that the movie can feel a little bit heavy at times, and the pacing's a little weird in this film, I'm not going to lie. It just doesn't necessarily work for me. Iron Man 2, This Is Why I Cry Myself to Sleep. Everyone knows that this is one of the weakest films in the MCU, and it doesn't do any favors to the character of Iron Man, nor does it do any favors to Jon Favreau's capabilities as a director. Avengers Infinity War, greatest thing since sliced bread. I love this movie. This is the best Avengers movie in my opinion. I will never forget the experience of sitting in the theater watching this film for the first time and really feeling the impact of this movie, because this is the first time I've ever seen a movie like this that erases the formula completely, and our heroes do not prevail. They lose against Thanos, who is the best MCU villain hands down. So absolutely love Avengers Infinity War, and it was probably my favorite theater experience ever. Like when he snapped his finger and half of all life just completely faded away into dust. That was incredible. It blew me away and my mouth was just left completely open. Then we have Black Panther, You Were So Close, What Happened. I'm actually going to put this one below Avengers. I do like Black Panther a lot. I do think that this movie, though, is a little overhyped, and the movie did not deserve a Best Picture nomination. I love Chadwick Boseman. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors working today. I think the guy is going to definitely get some Oscar love here in the next couple of years. He'll definitely walk away with an Oscar some point in his career. Then we have Captain America, The Winter Soldier. I'm going to go ahead and put this in Greatest Things Since Sliced Bread over Avengers Infinity War. This is my favorite MCU film. I love this film. This is an espionage thriller set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Captain America and Winter Soldier, who is one of my favorite comic book characters, by the way. So you have 2 of my favorite comic book characters. You have Black Widow, and this is probably my favorite performance of Scarlett Johansson's as Black Widow. And you also have Nick Fury. I mean, this is such a great movie, and the Russo brothers really hit a home run with this film. This is one of my favorite films of all time, so yeah, it's definitely going in that top tier. Then we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in all right. I really like Ant-Man. I think before I would have put this in You Ugly But Tolerable, but I did watch this movie again a couple weeks ago, and I quite enjoyed the experience. I think it's a very funny film. I love Paul Rudd. I love Evangeline Lilly. My only gripe with this movie is I hate Ghost as a villain. I think she's one of the weakest villains we've had in the franchise, and she just whines and complains throughout the entire film, and it just really... It doesn't make it a villain that really stands out, in my opinion, and hopefully she'll never be back in the MCU. Then we have Thor Ragnarok, which I'm going to go ahead and put this in You Were So Close, What Happened, below Black Panther. I love Thor Ragnarok. They finally figured out what to do with Thor, because for some reason, all they wanted to do with Thor in the first two Thor films, and even in the first couple Avengers movies, was make him this catalyst of just seriousness. Look, he's a god, okay? You need to have fun with that premise. You need to realize that there is some kind of dumb stuff about Thor and this character, and I love that they do that with Thor Ragnarok. They make it a lot more lighthearted, a lot more fun, and this is by far the Thor that I had imagined. He doesn't need long hair. He doesn't necessarily need two eyes. He can truly be pretty spectacular when you just let Chris Hemsworth have his personality shine through this character. So I love Thor Ragnarok. Cannot wait for Thor Love and Thunder. Avengers Endgame, greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm going to put it below Avengers Infinity War. I love Avengers Endgame, even though I have made a video where I outline reasons why Avengers Endgame broke the MCU, which I definitely stand by those reasons still, but I do think the movie is fantastic. I mean, being in the theater for this movie, again, just like Infinity War, was absolutely incredible, and it was like a sporting event, man. We all cheered, we laughed, we high-fived, we gave strangers hugs pretty much. We're not going to do that now because of COVID, but this was pretty much the last film that I could really see where this type of reaction happened in the theater, and it was just, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm going to go ahead and put this one, You Were So Close, What Happened, behind Thor Ragnarok. Now, I know, okay, a lot of people don't like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I get it. This movie, though, speaks to me personally. Then we have Thor. I'm going to go ahead and put this in, This Is Why I Cry Myself to Sleep, and I'm going to put it above Iron Man 2. There we go. I don't like Thor. I didn't like him as a character. He's probably one of my least favorite characters in the MCU up until Thor Ragnarok, where they really found their niche with Thor. Natalie Portman, okay, I love her as an actress, but I don't know why they think she's great for big franchises. She just doesn't have the same energy that she does with something like Black Swan or even like No Strings Attached. There's no charm to her. She's just kind of boring on screen. And so I'm not really excited to see her come back in Thor Love and Thunder, but hey, I'll give her another chance because it's Natalie Portman. Doctor Strange, I'm going to go ahead and put this one in all right, above Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really do love Doctor Strange. This is a great movie. You know what? Thinking about it, Doctor Strange, I had it originally in all right, but I'm going to actually put it in You Were So Close, What Happened. I do enjoy this film quite a bit. I'm actually going to put it in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I like it more than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and if I have Volume 2, and You Were So Close, What Happened. Actually, I'm going to switch this around. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to be an all right. Now that I think about it, now that I have it all processed, I can't really see myself watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 like a lot. Iron Man. I respect this movie so much. I'm going to put it in You Were So Close, What Happened. I'm going to put it above Thor Ragnarok. This, to me, is one of the best MCU films, and the fact that it is the movie that kicked off this huge giant phenomena that is the MCU. It's pretty amazing. I love the introduction to Tony Stark. I love Robert Downey Jr. as the character of Iron Man. This was like such a weird choice to start off the MCU because we knew other characters. Like everyone knows Captain America. Everyone knows about Hulk. I mean, those are two characters right there that are just bigger than Iron Man, but they chose Iron Man. And I think that speaks volumes because without Iron Man, I don't think this franchise would have been nearly as successful or had the length to survive this long. So then we have Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm going to go ahead and put this one all right. I'll put it above Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's some fun with it, but it's kind of forgettable in my opinion. Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and put this one, You Were So Close, What Happened. I'm going to put this, though, above Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, that feels good right there. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It was such a great film to experience in theaters. I had no idea about any of these characters. And the fact that it's just kind of like the misadventures of this wild bunch is so cool to me. The dance off to save the universe is awesome. I just really love how this movie works so well. Like James Gunn really showed his personality in this film. And this is one of the movies where I felt like the formula was kind of just not present, essentially. This was like one of the first films in the MCU where I really felt like it was kind of its own thing and it had its own identity that didn't conform to what we had seen with the previous MCU films. Then we have Captain America Civil War. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing in You Were So Close, What Happened as well. I'll put it above Black Panther. I'm not as high on it as other people are. I do think that there are some issues with the film in terms of pacing, and I also don't necessarily like that it has to kind of have this Avengers 2.5 style. I think the movie would have just been fine if you would have made Captain America at the forefront. Then we have Captain Marvel. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in You Ugly But Tolerable, and I'll put it in front of... I'll put it in front of Incredible Hulk. I think that this is one of the lowest movies for me in the MCU. I'm not as high on this one. Brie Larson's a great actress, but she is so monotone and flat in this film. It seems like she just didn't care, that she didn't understand that she was in a movie really at all. I do like the twist with the villain. I thought that was kind of nice, but you do see it coming a mile away, so it's not necessarily a film that I really see myself revisiting anytime soon. Then we have Ant-Man, which I'm going to go ahead and put Ant-Man in all right. I'll put it above Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really do love Ant-Man. It's unfortunate that I have both the films in all right. But that means that they're good films. Like, I enjoy them. Ant-Man, to me, it's awesome because it's a heist film within the MCU, so it's kind of hearkening to that Captain America Winter Soldier vibe. I think that the problem with the movie for me, the villain is super weak, and it's one of those movies that, like, it has so much comedy in it that the comedy almost saves the film in a way. The movie just kind of can't stand on its own without that humor. Spider-Man Homecoming, You Were So Close, What Happened. I'll put it behind Thor Ragnarok. I really like Spider-Man Homecoming. I saw it a couple times in theaters. I think it's a film that, to me, every time I watch it, I like a little bit more. Luckily, we didn't see Uncle Ben die for a third time because no one wants that. How can you tell us something different with this Spider-Man? And I think Tom Holland is fantastic as Spider-Man. He's still not my favorite. I do prefer Tobey Maguire. That's just me. I grew up with Tobey Maguire, but I do love Tom Holland. He's great in the role. He feels like a teenager. There's that teenage drama that is really nice to see. Then we have Iron Man 3. I don't hate this movie as much as other people, to be honest. I'm going to put this in all right. Look, I quite enjoy Iron Man 3. I know a lot of people hate it. I understand for the reasons. But I can have fun with this movie. I've seen it a few times, and I just enjoy myself. This is like a fun popcorn flick for me. Put it on the screen and just, fill my face with popcorn and just have a good time. That's really all I want in Iron Man 3, and that's what it delivered on. Thor: The Dark World. It's going to be at the bottom. I hate this movie. So forgettable. I remember the villain was like some elf. That was pretty much it. I hate the movie so much. And they make Natalie Portman really at the forefront in this film. Woo! Because I hate Jane Foster. Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in all right. I'll put it below Ant-Man. I like Spider-Man Far From Home. I like the fact that it's more of an independent story for him. I do love Jake Gyllenhaal's performance as Mysterio. I think it's so cool that they brought him into the MCU. And I have a lot of fun with Spider-Man Far From Home. Obviously, my picks are going to be very different from your picks. I want to know what you guys would put in their respective categories down below in the comment section. You guys can send me a list of your tiers. Again, this is just my opinion. This is the way I see the MCU. I do love this franchise a lot. What did you think about this video? Let me know down below by hitting that like button. It would definitely mean a lot, and to show the support on videos like this, it would mean that I could make more videos like this in the future. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to join and be a part of this amazing community. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay healthy.